Hey guys, here we are in the Skippys for an 11 lap race at Watkins, Glen. So during the race I'll commentate and just give you my thoughts, and also I'll review any incidents at the end of the race. So as we're starting, just a grid start here, I get off the line somewhat well. I don't lose any spots, but I'm also didn't get the best start either, so just maintaining position here coming into turn 1. Just looking to see anyone side by side, any close battles you try to avoid. Looks like we come off from turn 1 pretty clean, and now I have a long draft onto the backstretch. So I have this long train of cars, and I'm just trying to catch up to the cars, just trying to stay in the draft here. Don't want to lose it too early in the race. 11 laps though, each lap's around 2 minutes, so 20 lap race is somewhat long, so definitely don't have to go for any moves too early here. Just seeing if anyone's gonna go for a dive bomb and see if there's any contact. I slow down, I catch up to the car, did too much. I wanted to stay back a bit further, but luckily we make it through the bus stop clean, and now I'm gonna be heading into the boot section, going around the carousel. I was looking on the outside seeing if I should make a move, but the car just kind of slid up. I think it's just cold tires. Wasn't exactly able to do anything. Again, no pressure from behind though. I think this is like a 16 to 18 car field, so starting 10th we're around like the middle of the field. So I'm looking so far ahead, and it's looking like even the leaders aren't pulling away quite yet, so I still feel if we can just stay in the draft we might even have a shot at the front, but this corner in particular is pretty hard to get the right gear. It's like in between gears, and so no matter how you do it, I feel like you're always gonna be slow off the corner. So you can see him losing a bit down the straight, and then he almost surprised me about how early he broke, and so I'm glad I was able to react in time, but it was a bit sketchy there. Again, it's like I don't know if I should go for a move. Even if I do, we're both still in the train, and I feel like just fighting at this point is too early. Not really any purpose in fighting, losing time. Okay, in lap 1, starting in here, and even like I feel like I was following in his line, but I just slid up a lot, got in the grass, and got really loose there. So I don't know if it's just the weight of the fuel that's surprising me, or the cold tires, but definitely car understeering more than I was expecting. Not the best line out of the final corner, and after this next step I'll shut up and just let you watch on board. As we come on to the end of the second lap here, you can see how the pack's kind of separated into like the top 5 cars. We almost get into the wall there, but top 5 cars in like one pack, and now there's like the second pack, like 6th to 10th or so. So it's kind of unfortunate that we lost the lead pack, but we're still close to these cars, and it's either side by side, so definitely trying to stay close, but not too close in case there's any problems. going into the S's here, and just again following them, and oh, we see some smoke. We try to go to the outside to avoid it. We just have to slow up behind this car. I just kind of freaked out about how we almost got onto that wreck. I forgot the downshift, and so I probably could have overtaken it, but I just missed the downshift because we're having to check up that much. Anyways, as we do get the draft on him and going into the bus stop this time, over to the left, he lets us by, slows up a bit, gives us the line. And so with those two wrecked cars and another guy, let us gain a spot that puts us up to 7th, or at least we'll see at the line. But yeah, I'll review the incident at the end of the race, but it looked like just two cars fighting for one line, and just had some contact. It was fun, and glad we were able to avoid it. So unfortunately, again, now we're kind of by ourselves unless we catch this car ahead, but he looks pretty far ahead, so unless he starts to pull away from us, I don't know if we have the pace to catch him, but the slipstream is so important here, just to be able to just helps your lap time, and yeah, I mean, staying in that pack is so important. So if I just go to TV view for a second, kind of just see, there's that one car ahead of us, then that's me, and then the car I just passed. So it's like a two-car pack, and then a big gap back to everyone else. So if I can't catch the car in front, it'll just kind of be us two fighting for position. So no real strategy at this point, just trying to hit our marks. It's so easy to over push, just trying to like look ahead, trying to follow the cars, person ahead's line. Like if they make a mistake, then you make the same mistake. But it's just like the slipstreams are right around 0.7 seconds, and at this point it looks like they're about 2 seconds ahead, maybe 1.8. So we're definitely on the slipstream range. And you can look at the lap times. Our last lap was a 2:12.6. We had a bit of slipstream this lap, but 2:12.8. The lap time isn't hurt that much without draft, but I mean, if the leaders are getting like 2:10s or 2:09, so losing about 2 seconds a lap to them. But yeah, that brought us up to 6th actually, so I guess we gained 4 spots from the 10th place spot. I'll actually skip a bit forward in this lap and just see as the car ahead of us gets further and further ahead, and then the car behind us passes us, we glide him by easily. Just gonna skip through, go 4 times speed here, and again we're just following in the footsteps of the car ahead. You can see as long as he stays within like 2 or 3 car lengths, we're still within his draft. So as we come to the end of lap 4 here, I'll let you ride 1 lap on board again, and just see what it's like with 1 car ahead of you. So as you could see during that lap, we were able to clear him into the bus stop, but then he got us back after the carousel. So even when you clear someone in one lap, it's definitely not over by then. There's multiple passing zones around the track. You could also see from that TV view there how there was one pack ahead of us, that one car that we were trying to catch up to had caught the car ahead. So now they're in a 2-car pack, as then it's us, and there's like 3 or 4 cars even behind us. So we're all into these smaller packs now, and unless any one of us crash, I don't think we're really within. I mean, we're starting lap 6 here. We still have 6 more laps, but that's something we're gaining enough on any of those packs to be able to fight for position. So at this point, it's looking like we're going to fight for 6th place, 6th or 7th, assuming we don't make any big mistakes here. Again, hanging with the car ahead, just trying to make sure. I mean, even though the draft is strong, I mean, just make one mistake, hit a curb the wrong way, or get a bad exit, then you lose 2 tenths and you're out of the draft. So it's important to definitely still keep your focus. When you're following a car ahead like this, it's again so easy to just follow in the footsteps. You can see that he's going a bit wide at some corners, just like going in a bit too deep, and so it's like if I can just perhaps take the corners a bit, brake a bit earlier and take it a bit better, I'll be able to stay close. But he's right now at like 0.6, 0.7, right at the edge of slipstream, so I don't want to follow any further back. Let's see if I can I think we'll be able to tell coming up to the bus stop whether I'm still in slipstream range, but getting a good turn 1 here could really help that. Again, I'm trying, he's obviously trying to move across the track and swerve just to prevent me from getting his draft. Going a bit wide, I don't really think going wide hurts you, it's just all about keeping the momentum coming up to the backstretch here. You can just hear how late we upshift, we're just trying to keep those revs as we're going uphill because these things don't have too much torque. Still waiting for the upshift and finally right there, so going really high on the revs, and I think we're just gaining on him here, definitely closing in, so luckily we're just on the edge of slipstream, we managed to stay with him. As we go into the bus stop, you can see those 2 cars ahead, they're I'm guessing 4 or 5 seconds ahead, now we're right all the way up this bumper, and it's just like, again, just trying to figure out when we should time the move. So obviously we're still over 4 laps to go, and it's just like a big pass. Now I have a chance to pass back, and so we don't want to pass too early and then have him have the opportunity to make the move. But just a waiting game right now. Well, as we're coming to the line here, we're starting 3 laps to go, staying around those 2:10 lap times, and again, we can still see those 2 cars in front of us, but during that TV lap, you're able to see that we basically escaped the cars behind. You can't even see them in the shot anymore, so they shouldn't really be a part of the picture. And again, just trying to hang on to this car ahead, trying to determine, see if we can get a practice move. Here we go over to the right-hand side. It sounds like I don't want him to actually let us by here, because then he'll probably try to get us back the next lap, and it's just like basically just practice, just seeing how close I can get to him and seeing if I'm able to make a move. I definitely thought I could have made a move that time, so I stayed high just so I could still stay behind. So like throughout the boot here, there aren't many long straights, but again, like throughout this one, you have to stay so close to the carousel to be able to make a move. And even when I let him by, like I kind of went high, like I made it pretty easy because I didn't care to fight. On this straight, again, it's the car wants to slide to the right, so making a passing opportunity is somewhat challenging. And again, you need all the torque you can out of this corner. You're not really going to get a huge run out of the corner. There's not really a big advantage you can have. Like I'm about a car length away, and you can see by the time I get to the braking zone, you don't really gain too much time. So it's really hard to get a move done here. Sometimes you can see the car going a bit wide. I could try to move over to the left and go for a dive bomb, and it's just the straights are all just like a bit too short to make a move, so it's just all about following throughout the boot. See on the backstretch as we entered the bus stop, I was just letting off, not really going for a move there, just hanging behind, trying to judge where he'd go. But even though we're going our 10th lap here, you can again still see how our laps are staying somewhat consistent. I feel that this race isn't that long, so the tires don't seem to really get worn out. I feel like it's actually like they start out a bit cold in the first few laps, and now they're actually at like their peak performance near the end of the race. So they're not really sliding too much. The car is probably at its best standing right now. The car is pretty low on fuel. You don't need to take too much fuel, so it's probably down to like a gallon or less. So the car, it's a little bit more oversteery, I guess, because of how light it is and the slidey tires, but I'd say any oversteer you can get right here is actually quite nice. So again, entering this final lap, seeing if we can time our move just right. These last few corners are so important, just to be able to stay in that slipstream state as close as we can, and let's see if we can get that 6th spot. Coming into the final corner, we made the move into the bus stop. We gained 2 more spots after 2 cars had wrecked. Coming to the line. We don't get 7th, we don't get 6th, but we get 4th place. So, 10th to 4th in the 13 car. I think that's a pretty nice run there. So, before I show that final lap and just explain kind of what happened there, I'm going to go back to lap 3 if I can, just to show that instant that happened in the bus stop. So again, on lap 3, there's 2 cars side by side if we just skip up to them. Looks like the 6 is on the outside, the 4 is trying to go to the inside, and it's not really given enough room, wasn't really given a lane there. And then if we go to the 6 car to see his perspective, goes in the grass, doesn't see anyone there, I think he thinks he's clear, tries to come down. It's weird, you would have thought there's a car, I mean, if you're him, I guess he thought he was clear. I mean, I feel like you would have seen on your relative perhaps, but again, just a TV view. So go to a chopper view perhaps. Just go with that in slow motion. Yeah, just as they enter, there's like a lane. He has his the red car has his nose in. He's getting pinched more and more down. I might blame that on the black car. I mean, I guess this year the red car, you could argue there wasn't really a lane, but I felt like he had his nose in. So unfortunate for them, but luckily we escaped from that incident. And let's get going on to the final lap here. Gonna just watch that pass for 6th place on the backstretch here. So we survived wreck on lap 3, we managed to pass for 6th place, and then if we go up ahead to the leaders, this is the incident that occurred. We have the 3 car pack here. The leader is defending, moving over to the right hand side. Brakes a bit early, leader gets loose, and wrecks both of them. Just ride on board for a second just to get a better view. Yeah, just went in a bit too fast, got loose and collected the guy on the outside. Now we can see the guy in 2nd place's view. Man, he was going as far wide as he could, just unfortunately got involved on that incident. And also, one last highlight, you can see us going by right there. And now this is the battle for, I believe, 2nd place. Just watch to the end. So, if we just go slow motion, so we can use a camera view to the line. We can see just a nose. We go chopper view perhaps, or scenic view. Trying to get a good perspective of this. Hard to tell, but anyways, it goes to the results. You can see it was 1,000th of a second for the 14 car, so that was the car on the left-hand side. So anyways, photo finishes, Rex for the lead, and managing to get a 3rd place. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.